I'm an industrial designer and I'm also pretty bad at rendering. And my hot take is that computer rendering is kind of a useless skill if you want to make real things, or at least it's not as important as people think. In design school, rendering felt like one of those things that certain people got really into, and no doubt they had the most polished presentations and portfolios. But the truth is, in my experience, when you get into the real world, and especially in the age of AI, making photorealistic renderings just isn't that relevant to the process of actually getting something manufactured. We've all seen projects that have spent too much time in a computer, and it shows. There's something about proportions and materiality that's impossible to sort out digitally, no matter how good the rendering. At least that's been my experience as a designer and business owner. To me, rendering by its nature is about showing something that either cannot or will not be made. So, say if you're a student who doesn't have access to a certain production technology yet, or a business trying to show proof of concept to a client, totally legit. But if you're like me, a business that's directing its own manufacturing choices, you don't really need a photorealistic rendering. You need technical drawings and files and maybe something rudimentary just to get the point across. And even then, I'd much rather look at a real object, even if it's a prototype from another material or a mock up. Or sometimes I just skip straight to a factory sample, but don't tell anyone. Of course, even though it's a skill I haven't really developed and seem to do okay without, rendering can be super important. But I will say most designers would probably agree that staying out of a computer and working in the real world can lead to really great results.